a target on your back like that, it's really hard. And then when you get ranked, everybody gets up for you, and you know, so we're going to be ranked, you know, the last week of the regular season, which is hard to do.
What do you think was behind you guys being able to go that expectation? And very rare to do back-to-back.
I just think that we got a really, really tough-minded group, and a group that really believes in themselves, and really, really unselfish team. I mean, 23 assists tonight. You know, as I talk to friends around the country, and everybody talks about, you know, how well we move the ball when people watch us, even NBA people that just watch us one time. And, you know, Tom Thibodeau brought it up to me the other day, just how, you know, we continue to skip the ball around, and Clay Mosier with the Lakers, we were talking the other day, and he brought up the same thing, just how unselfish our team is, and that's been a characteristic, and especially with Lindsey not being here, it's really important that our guys understand the importance of moving the ball. And, you know, like Caleb takes 20 shots tonight, but he has 5 assists, and then obviously Cody, you know, just so unselfish with 11 assists, and even Jordan, you know, I mean, again, I keep saying he's a small forward playing the center, and he has 3 assists for us tonight. So just great ball movement.
It's tough behind it. You think it comes from the guys that you've got in the St. Louis Carolina State, and they've been through the rigors before of that kind of conference.
I mean, I think it certainly helps. You know, Daryl, that we have, you know, a Purdue player, an Iowa State player, and 2 guys from, you know, from NC State. I think that helps you in big games like at Boise. But then things that no coach at the college level can teach. I mean, Jordan Caroline, man, you take him in anything, you know, like he's a guy that's just got this competitive nature about him. Whether he was doing this or playing pickup ball at the rec center, he would not want to lose. And Jordan and Caleb and Cody are like that as well. And then we got some unsung guys, like Josh did a great job tonight again, and Kendall really struggled with his new brace or whatever one you want to call it on his thumb, and but he hit a couple that were really important for us as well. I didn't really talk to him. I mean, he was missing so many. I just wanted to stay away from him and hope he could regather himself. Yeah, the first one was for Lindsey. I don't know if they announced it, but I asked him to. You know, the first one that I cut down was just thinking about him and him not being here. But, I mean, I think, you know, the biggest thing is when you know, get older like I am, it's about the guys, you know, in the locker room. And, you know, I mean, these guys grind, man, like in the summer, you know, the conditioning and stuff we do. I mean, they do everything that I've asked them, which, you know, when a group of guys does everything you ask, you want to reward them, and you want them to believe everything you're telling them, you know. And so when we told them, like, we got to win tonight, or, you know, if we can go 2-0 on this last road trip, meaning the Boise, Utah State, we can celebrate at home. Picture that. Think about that. You know, because you never want your team to lose faith and belief in you, and you know, when you set high aspirations and high goals, when you fall short, it can deteriorate your belief. And so guys sitting out tonight like Jazz and Corey and Trey and Nizre, they're watching this stuff unfold from the summer, and now, you know, in a couple of weeks they're going to be on our active roster, and we're going to need them to believe, just like when Jordan was sitting out and we talked about trying to play in some tournament that year one, and Jordan got to see the nets being cut down, and I think all that stuff carries over from year to year. Coaching tight, what does that mean? That means you sweat a lot in game. It means you're a little more uptight with the referees. It means at halftime there's a sense of panic in your voice. I mean, Jordan can probably answer it better than I can, but I felt it tonight. I mean, my two sons were here. One son flew from San Diego. The other drove across the mountain with, you know, so when my sons come here, my wife's all jacked up for the last 5 days. My daughter's asking how we're going to celebrate. And then my ex-wife's here. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, didn't want to disappoint any family members. Try to win. You know, I know there's, I mean, my wife's pretty athletic, and she understands the game, and, you know, she asked, are guys going to rest, or, you know, what are you going to do? And, I mean, I was raised only one way, and it was to try to win every single game. So there's going to be a scoreboard. I got competitive players. We are going to UNLV. We're not resting anybody. We have great respect for their talent, great respect for Coach Marvin. I think they're one of the most talented teams in the entire country. And so we're going to go there to try to compete and play to win. And regardless of what happens in that game, we're going to San Diego State to compete against an ultra-talented team. And both buildings are hard to win at, but so that I don't get asked or whatever people tweet or whatever, we're not resting people. We're going to try to win basketball games. Just want them to be happy. I want these guys to be happy. I want them to enjoy it. They deserve it. And, I mean, I text these guys almost every night after games, and I'll probably not be texting about their performance tonight. It'll probably be about UNLV. And we got to turn the page tomorrow. I mean, this is awesome for our fans. It's awesome for family members, seniors, their families got to see the celebration. But we got a lot of work. I mean, we got 2 regular season games on the road, and then we got a conference tournament. We're not locked into anything. We got to keep playing at a high level.
I know you're looking ahead to the next 2 games, but last year you talked about how important it was to get the #1 seed because of the way the schedule fell, so that you get the benefit of some extra rest once you get there, as long as you keep winning, which is pretty big for this team being so understaffed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the, you know, extra 2 hours matter. I mean, I was, you know, I mean, one of the first mentors I had was Chuck Daly, and he used to bark at NBA guys about getting on a plane after a game on back-to-backs, getting on a plane an extra 5 minutes or 7 minutes. And I really believe that rest and doing everything you can to position yourself for a conference tournament is what the regular season is for. And obviously our guys have done that. They've earned the #1, you know, seed. And there's a lot of things. I mean, where your bench is at the tournament, where your crowd now gets seats when you're a #1 seed, all that stuff plays into it. And obviously the #1 priority is rest and pride. Yeah, I mean, I thought Josh did a great job. His rebounding has really been good, and his shot selection. I think the big thing is his shot selection of late has been phenomenal. And you know, obviously we had a lot of confidence in Josh last year to play him like we did as a freshman. And I was really proud. I mean, Hallis even, you know, I thought he hit some big threes, one in particular that we really needed. He got in foul trouble in the first half. But the 17 turnovers, you know, amongst all the stuff we're talking about, was probably the biggest key. I thought defensively we turned up the heat a little bit and got them to turn the ball over, although we got beat on some backdoors and such. But that's what happens when you pressure. And if you're going to cause 17 turnovers, it's, you know, you're going to win a game. And we only turned it over 7 times. And again, I mean, Lindsey's had the ball in his hands the whole year, and now we've asked other guys to try to do things. And you know, when your point guard has 9 boards and 17 points and 11 assists, I'd say Cody's filling in pretty damn good.
Any more questions?
Thanks, you guys.
Questions for Jordan?
No, it was a great feeling. I can't really describe it. I can't really put it into words, but, you know, it's just an awesome feeling being able to get 2 back-to-back Mountain West championships.
The fact that you guys did it back-to-back, you guys had a lot of new pieces, you know,
How rewarding is it that you're kind of
It's great. I mean, the guys sitting out, they helped us get there last year too, so it's not like they weren't a part of it. But for them to actually, you know, be on the floor this time is big.
Coach kind of talked about how he purposely talked to you guys a little bit over it as you start to get your mindset right and show how difficult it can be when the confidence comes. Do you feel like you guys proved a lot to everybody that, not a lot of people take number one and two, you feel like the possibility of
Yeah, you know, we had a couple of stumbles throughout the season, and it's not over yet. But you know, it was just big to pull it off again. You know, it's a great conference, a lot of tough teams, so it wasn't an easy task.
Seemed like you were kind of getting down on yourself a little bit. Like, what really was the turning point, like you and the rest of the team, how you guys were coming together?
Really just the energy on the defensive end that really got us going. We got a lot of steals, a lot of easy buckets, got the fans into it, and that was really what energized us in the second half.
like this is the first of multiple nights you guys will been down the series?
Yeah, I hope so. Just got to make it happen. We got the pieces to do it.
Coach talked about and having a little bit of nerves, wanting to get it done and not saying it's not moving anybody to your point. Is that kind of the feeling at the beginning of the game and maybe some of the reason why it took a little while to get going?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, we're prepared as a team. We were ready. We just didn't come out with the fire we needed to right away, so we were in a tough game at first.
Any more questions for you?
Questions for Caleb? How good does it feel to cut down the nets after the game like that?
I mean, it feels really good. I mean, especially like since last year we were sitting out and, cutting down the nets last year felt good as well, but it kind of felt like we weren't too much a part of it because we had to sit out. So to actually be able to compete and play 30-plus minutes and then, see what we went through with guys going down and the lack of depth that we have and still be able to cut down the nets in a conference like this is big time. So it feels really good.
The fact that you guys have dealt with all those injuries going down, you failed, how much for the work that
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, just, I think about all the time how would it be if we had everybody healthy, or how would it be if, Darian was still here and, if everybody was on the team and everybody was 100%, it's scary. So to still see that we're, still being successful and still doing what we need to do like we are and still be able to cut down nets with the lack of depth and, when guys hurt it's a good sign, so.
What was the biggest difference tonight? I mean, it looked like they got you a lot of stats, especially turnovers.
Yeah. I mean, like George said, I think we just came out kind of flat at the beginning. I don't know if it was nerves or I don't know what it was, but they came out to a hot start, and we know like guys like that, a team like that who's kind of in the bottom of the conference, and their Page, one of their best players, they're gone, and they're not that deep either. They don't really have anything to lose, so they're going to come in shooting their best, playing their hardest. I mean, because this is their championship game to them. To play somebody who's ranked in their own building with a crowd like this. We're the ones with the pressure, not them. So I knew we were going to get their best shot, and that's what we did.
Hit a couple of threes, but one at the 3-minute mark, one about a minute and a half left. They kind of got it up to 9, and they never really threatened after that. It was a pretty good shot for you.
Thank you. Coaching them, they got a lot of confidence in me. Cody at the point guard spot, and Kendall, even though he wasn't hitting today, they're always willing to give the extra pass, and they know I'm capable of coming off and hitting threes like that. And Kendall tells me all the time, those are big shots. Those are big shots. And even though Kendall wasn't hitting as much as he usually does, he's always willing to give it to somebody else. He's never the type to he's down on himself, but he's never like the type to be a cancer on the team just because he's not hitting or anything like that. So it's just a confidence thing of all my teammates and my coach.
Any more questions for Caleb? All right. Questions for Caleb? How did it feel
I mean, pretty much the same thing. It always feels good, and you know, like Caleb said last year, we weren't playing, so you know, being able to play this year and then get it yourself feels a lot better. So I mean, it always feels good to win, but we know that we have to take care of business going down the road. It's not the end of the season. That we have to make sure that we're level-headed and come back and stay prepared. Right. Just staying confident and just, you know, not letting one stumble define our season. There was a couple of times where, you know, we're on our, you know, where we had the utmost confidence and then somebody, you know, smacked us in the mouth and you could have folded right there. But the biggest thing is our group coming together and staying confident and having each other's back throughout. And sometimes it can be frustrating when stuff like that happens, but as long as our team stays together and, you know, we got each other's back, we'll be fine. I didn't know till the end of the game, but, I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as we win, I don't care what I got. Nah, not really. I did not. I told Coach I told Coach when we were cutting down the nets, I was like, I hope you don't think I missed that on purpose. So, nah, he said I know I didn't. I wouldn't do that. But it did look bad. I'll admit to that.
Where does this rank in terms of your game? I know you're coming off a 30-pointer, but you still look the stats pretty nice.
Right.
In three different areas.
I mean, every game's different. I feel like I'm just approaching it the same way and just kind of feeling it out and see what I have to do. Last game, I only had 2 points, but Kendall and Hallis were shooting the ball really well, so I didn't feel like I needed to score. I needed to contribute in other ways, so I rebounded and, you know, was passing the ball and gave it the ball. So every game's different. I just kind of feel it out. Some games we're not scoring the ball as well, so I feel like I need to take over and I'll try to score and be aggressive. And there's other games where my teammates are shooting the ball really well, and I, you know, just let them do what they do, and I'll handle the other stuff. So. Right. Yeah, they helped us out a lot, and I mean, our crowd is always good, and they always allow us to get in the game, even when we're, you know, kind of falling off, and it seems like we just need an extra boost and a little, you know, energy boost, and they give it to us. So I'm really happy that the fans got involved and they helped us out a lot. It's always good to see them there and support us. But I do think that was a key point in the game, and it got them on their toes, and, you know, they made a couple mistakes here and there where we capitalized. So I appreciate our crowd. It was big, yeah, it was big. What'd they have, 17? And we only had 7, so that was a big point. That was a big key, and I think we had 17 points off their turnover. So I would say that was a big key in the game. Right. I can't tell y'all what he said, but just know that he got onto us, and we definitely changed our approach coming out into the second half, and that's something that he emphasized coming out. And, you know, it's just our team staying level-headed and you know, just realizing what he's saying is right, and it's just how we take it. And so we just came out in the second half and just made sure we emphasize, and that's what we talked about in our huddles every time we came in on free throws or fouls or whatever, and talked about just rebound, and we'll be fine. I don't think so. I have a lot of confidence in our team, and I just know how we prepare and how we approach games. So I'm really confident in our team, but it's not going to be easy. We still have a lot of good teams in this conference that are hungry for our position. So and we'll play and just going to play just as hard. So it doesn't matter. They're not looking at us any different just because we're ranked or we won the conference. It doesn't matter. They don't care. So we just have to make sure we stay prepared. Yeah, it's exciting. Saw a lot of jerseys. I think Coach been holding out on us until this game, but it is what it is. I love coming here and, you know, rocking some new stuff. Keeps our fans and stuff on their toes. So, you know, we always like wearing new stuff. I don't know. I like wearing black. Honestly, I just like going. I don't know, something about black. I just like wearing. Yeah, I guess so. This is a close second, though. Thank you.